welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everyone out there. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection, brought to you by WKRA 92.7, The Change. My name is DJ Kitty. I'm here with my co-host, my sister, Miss Morningstar. And we want to say good morning to everyone. I hope everyone slept well and peaceful, and what another beautiful day that the Lord has woken us up to be great, woken us up for greatness. Good morning, sis. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, can't complain. Just happy to be here, happy to have risen, and glad to be here today. I love today's show, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. And we've got a lot to talk about today. We've got some amazing interviews lined up for us today, from veterans to mentors. Today is going to be simply amazing. But before we get started, we always start with an affirmation from our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar. So go ahead, hit us with what you got, sis.
All right. So today we're gonna talk. We're gonna do a affirmation in regards to 365 days of Black History. Um, this one is: I deserve to move through life with ease. The Black experience includes the pains of oppression, and it doesn't mean that the struggles of our time and our life have to be oppressed. We don't have to continue to feel that way. We deserve a life that's filled with ease and with opportunity. Our ancestral right, what did our ancestors do? They fought, and they made a way, and it's something that we deserve. So truth is, it's a possibility to internalize life as being hard, especially during these times. But even with us experiencing these hardships, going through the changes we go through, that's why we have mentors. That's why we have strong veterans that come through and speak truth and give us the honest, good truth about life from their experience. That's why we have these different meetings throughout our plugs. So I think, this was a affirmation that kind of settled well today, with us deserving to go through life at ease and being able to talk through our problems and stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
I just love all of that. And it's nice to hear and affirm that message first thing in the morning. I hope everyone has either their water, some juice, some coffee, something to help ease into the day. Today is going to be nice and sunny in Mississippi, in Holly Springs, Mississippi. You got a high of 78, a low of 48. 10 to 15 mile winds, but it looks like today's going to be a beautiful day. I love the 70s. I'm a 70s baby, so I love the 70s. Yeah, have a wonderful Tuesday. So let's go ahead and hop into some current news, some news that we need to talk about. First, I want to say let's commemorate uh, Selma, Alabama. This
Yes.
past weekend was the anniversary, and so many people sacrificed. When I sit back and look at what um, our ancestors when they were marching peacefully,
Mm-hmm.
and they were accosted by quote unquote police officers who, they're supposed to be there to be peaceful and you know, keep the peace and protect and serve. However, we all know what happened. Instead, they turned their hoses, or not even hoses, it was tear gas. It was beatings with billy clubs. It was an ugly,
It was
ugly.
it was they
It
called
was,
it bloody Sunday. It was
and there
brutal.
was a reason why. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when people who are supposed to protect and serve turn on the community, and their thought process is it's okay to beat on men, women, and children, there is a huge problem with that. But we had our current leaders
Mm-hmm.
show up this past weekend. Kamala was there looking as regal and beautiful as ever.
So proud of her.
I am so proud of that young Black woman. That is the epitome of excellence. I don't care who you are, you cannot dispute that. If you do, that's your own internalized issues that you have. Um, we had some really great people who showed up, and the crowds were out there, and that's the type of support that we will give. We're not marching anywhere.
Absolutely.
We're not, that is what we will do.
That's what we're going to celebrate. That's what we're going to commemorate. We're always going to celebrate us.
Absolutely.
So whenever they think, whatever they might think, if we're going to get out in these streets, it's going to be for a party because we're going to be celebrating us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that about us. We have decided that we no longer will allow this government and the people who live here who decided that they prefer a criminal over an educated Black woman use us to their detriment. No, no longer. So we will celebrate us 365 days a year. We don't need a Black History Month. We are Black excellence every single day.
365. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you. Yes.
Let's go ahead and hop into the administration. It seems as if there's an issue with the stocks. Could it be the tariffs?
Ooh,
Could it be?
well, I mean, when you put blanket tariffs out here and you think that you're Billy Bad Butt and you're trying to, hurt, you think with the ignorance of your brain that you're going to hurt other countries, but in turn, you're hurting your own people. I mean, yeah, the stock market has plummeted. And I
Yeah.
read something interesting about Elon Musk. So he's lost $116 billion.
That's with the B, billion.
That's a lot of money, y'all.
That's a lot of money. And then, go ahead.
the Tesla stock. I find it funny. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know, but it's funny to me.
I'm gonna get my giggles in.
It's funny to me because you hurting my veterans, you hurting people who in my federal government, my brothers and sisters of the federal government, as I am an employee. And yeah, I take offense to that. People who work hard. Don't ever discredit our work we do. We work hard.
Yeah.
And we all have different assignments within the government. So I'm not going to get off into that because I'll get a little angry. I don't want to do that. But the Tesla stock has dropped. They pulled back more than 40% of sales of Tesla vehicles around the world. So this is a world thing happening, that Tesla sales are dropping. Nobody's buying Tesla. People are actually turning in their Tesla. And these celebrities have posted videos of them turning in their Teslas. It ain't looking good for Elon. I mean, greed is the root to all evil. There's greed, money.
I love this so much for him because I had reported yesterday that he had lost 7 billion from North America when they pulled back and shut down Starlink in North America. Now,
Mm.
today, the stocks, oh, I'm loving it. Karma is real, and karma is knocking at your door. And not to mention, now, I don't condone violence. I don't condone violence at all. However, and it's not even a however, I'm just going to make an observation. The fact that they are destroying the charging stations, I think that his constituents, DJT, I think that they may be a little upset. What do you think?
I think they mad, y'all,
I
because
think they're
they destroying vehicles, setting them afire, charging stations is burning. Wow,
crashing.
they a little mad.
They're a little upset. I wonder why they're upset. Are they upset because they voted for Kamala? I don't think so. I think they may be upset because they were lied to, even though we told them that they were being lied to. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to understand it. They called us everything under the sun. We've been called everything under the sun all over social media, and now they're upset. So I'm gonna say to the folks out there, MAGA, I know that you're a little upset that what you thought was real wasn't, but my mantra to you is you get what you get and you don't have a fit. You
There it
get the
is.
you get the president that you paid, that you voted for. So stop being upset, but hey, deal with it. We do.
The evil you try to induce on a certain minority group of people with a darker complexion is what you're receiving. So I say deal with it. That's what my daughter used to say when she was little. Deal with it.
Deal with it. You know, maybe get some counseling, maybe get some help. Good luck to you. Good luck to them people.
Good
Uh,
luck.
so we do have something sad to talk about, and I
Yeah.
hate bringing up issues like this, but a young man has lost his life due to hazing. And I just really want parents to just talk to their children before they go off to college. I have a grandson leaving for college this fall, and he's a good kid. I want him to come home. I don't want
Yeah.
him to, because he wants to pledge to be in a sorority, I mean a fraternity, or one of my nieces wants to pledge to be in a sorority, they lose their life over it. We have got to be smarter than this.
Yes, yes. It's tragic what happened to Mr. Young Caleb Wilson. He was only 20 years old. He
Honey,
was a student at the Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And the report is stating that he collapsed after being hit with boxing gloves as part of a pledging ritual for Omega Sci-Fi. You know, I really hope that our kids can understand that these rituals that you guys come up with, they're, first of all, that's not what a sorority or fraternity is about.
no,
And you wanting to be part of an organization is great. It's amazing. You should be wanting to be part of something to give back to the community, because sororities and fraternities are about the community.
yeah,
It's not about the showmanship, it's the community.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure he had every intention to want to be so badly in this, in this fraternity. And now more than one life is lost. One life is lost, and
yeah,
other lives are lost as well, meaning their lives are over. Because then you say a young man was charged and arrested.
yeah. He was charged and arrested. His name is Caleb. Coincidentally, his name is Caleb McCrae. 23 years old, arrested, charged with manslaughter and felony criminal hazing. So his life is has taken a detour for the worst, and um, they're saying that there will be other arrests as well, because there was a couple other people that were participating. And we just need to reiterate to our children, that our young adults, because they're not children, young adults, that this isn't the way to go. Find a better way to pledge. Like, be smart. Think about it like this. For all of you out there listening, think about it like this. Our ancestors took all the beatings that we need to take. Keep your hands to yourself.
That's right.
There's no more beatings. You shouldn't have to be beat to belong. That's how they did us. That's how they did our ancestors. They beat our ancestors in order for them to get in line. That is not the way. And yes, over the years, that was the tradition. Break that tradition. It's generational curses. And that is a generational curse brought down from colonizers who brought us here.
Absolutely.
Let that side go.
Yes.
Find a better way, please. Because the
Because
life you save.
you take the risk of hurting someone, and this is what happened. This young man's life was snubbed from him.
Yeah.
And the person who did it, I don't believe it was intentional.
No.
But now you have a double whammy. You have lost, your schooling is over, your life is over. And
Pretty
you are going to
much.
have to live with that grief that you caused to not only a whole entire family, a student base, and your family. It's not worth it.
And it's horrible. It's
And
horrible.
I really feel horrible for all of this.
Me too. I feel bad for everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
I just want, we need the takeaway. We need people to understand that moving forward, this is not what we need to do. Moving forward, we need to be smarter. We can't continue to do this cycle of abuse and hate, because
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's a cycle of abuse and hate. And I know plenty of frat brothers. I have, men that are in fraternities, and they went through hazing as well. But just because you went through it doesn't mean it's okay. So let's change that narrative and stop acting as if you're one of the colonizers. If you think about it that way, it should make you change your mind and say to your brothers, we're going to be better than what our ancestors had to go through. We're not going to beat each other into submission. That's not how you do it. People should be able to join a fraternity or a sorority, and out of kindness and love and support that they join, not cruelty, because that's what that is. It's cruel. So on a lighter note, today's a good day. My heart goes out to everyone involved, and let's just talk to our young adults and express how we can do better moving forward, how we as a people can do better. Any other news? I do have one more story, and it looks like we have just enough time, but I do have one more story that I find quite funny.
Okay.
So this is going to take us back to the butt of every joke for the next 4 years. Elon. I almost called him.
Yeah, we got TikTok names. But
yeah, we got TikTok names, but I'm not gonna call him that. I'm going to be politically correct because I am on the radio, WKRA 92.7. Our family, we love you. But Elon experienced multiple outages at X after a massive cyber attack. I just find that hilarious. Isn't he supposed to be like really smart and cyber attack on, Twitter X? Twitter X.
He's supposed to be, in control of all of that.
He's supposed to.
I thought he was the man. I got into a kind of a back and forth with someone, can't remember when, maybe a couple of days ago when I was doing a live. He was just trying to convince me that Elon was so smart because he was so rich. And I said, I don't think the two balance each other. I don't think just because you have money and you're wealthy, you're rich, doesn't necessarily mean that you're smart.
Especially when you got that money from ill-gotten gains from your family being colonizers and taking over mines and gem mines and South Africa. Allegedly, people, allegedly. I'm just saying that, Elon, how's it going, buddy? How's it? I hear you're going through some things. Hold on to your socks.
A lot of money, 116 billion. I ain't
Plus the
seen that.
7 billion from yesterday.
Lot.
Keep it coming, because maybe you'll understand it. Don't mess with America. Don't mess with us, and there have been some people who are truly crashing out. I heard there was another pilot that had to, be another plane that was headed towards Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. Well, there was another plane that went down, but another plane was diverted from going over to Mar-a-Lago. Y'all better leave. If y'all are listening, Elon and DJT and the administration, if you're out there listening, how about y'all leave people alone? Because you're messing with vets, and they are trained by the best.
And I'm gonna leave that there. I'm
gonna leave that there. You're listening to Our Plugs, the community connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar, on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this commercial break. Yeah, they better leave people alone, sis.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugsllc.com. Can't wait to see you.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone, or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Diva Carter, the founder and CEO of our nonprofit called Carter's Caring Hands. But first, I want to tell you a story how I started. At the age of 14, living in Detroit, Michigan, attending my Catholic church at the time, called St. Margaret Mary, I met this member there named Mrs. Brown, bless her soul. She asked if I'd like to donate with her, to give back. I said yes, realizing she was working with Meals on Wheels. So we started working together. But as I gave my first meal to the senior citizen, I seen the joy and the smile on her face that she was very appreciative to receive her food. As years went on and time go by, I continued to give back. But this particular year, I met this man online called Marshall. He lived here in Kalamazoo while I resided in Detroit. I continued to give back. Came to find out that he was doing the same thing in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and in Grand Rapids. As we got married in 2013, we collaborated our thoughts together and decided to do a nonprofit, and that's where I got the name from, my married name, Carter's Caring Hands, in 2023. So yes, I'm still giving back at the age of 60, and what joy it brings to my spirit and my heart, because I know it is my calling. I know the struggle. I've been there, and I know how hard it can be. But as we go on, my husband and I, we give out of our own pockets. But right now we are asking you guys if you can go ahead and donate to our cause at www.carterscaringhands.com and give back whatever you can, because every penny counts and every dollar falls and every dollar stretches to serve those in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. So that is my story, how it all started, and I hope to hear from you soon. God bless.
And we are back.
All
You're
right.
listening, you're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Again, I'm your host, DJ Kitty, here with Miss Morningstar. And today we are talking to veterans, our veterans. We're going to go ahead and bring our brother Ali Gold up on the stage, and we're going to jump right in and let him take over. Go ahead, Ali. Good morning to
Ali.
you.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
It's a great morning. I appreciate everybody being here and listening to our voice. Listen, we want to thank everybody that support veterans and support the the families of veterans as well. So we appreciate that. And you don't have to be a veteran to be interested and to care about what veterans go through, right? So we just ask for you to show us respect or all around the board, right? Not just because, oh, it's good to say thank you for your service. If you're doing things against veterans, then that doesn't make no sense. So we appreciate everybody doing that, and we appreciate our plugs for having this block that gives a voice to veterans. You know, we want to talk to veterans. We want to also talk to families of veterans, not just veterans themselves, but families of veterans are welcome, and everybody's voice, because family members, they do serve. They have a place. They play a important part, because when the service members are doing their duties, the family members are holding it down. And just imagine a service member doing their duty, and they know that the family back home is not taken care of. Can they do their duty while they're having that thought and those feelings, and knowing that their family members are not secure and safe? And so they definitely play an important part. And we got civilian folks that hold down the military. A lot of people just think the military runs by itself, but we have civilian personnel that take care of day-to-day stuff along with veterans. We have civilian members who deploy with military folks. We have civilians that are in the way of harm when they have to go in conflict. Don't just think, oh, it's only military folks on the battlefield. No, civilian all around play an important part. And we could not do, the military cannot do what they do without them. They cannot do what they do without them. And when you flip that coin, right, and then you look at the VA, it is even more important to have civilians taking care of those heroes after they sacrifice, almost, for the most part, a lot of their lives and themselves. If you fire a whole bunch of people who take care of veterans, what I want you to guess, what do you think is going to happen?
The thought of it is insane. Ali Go. The thought of it is insane.
Remember, they're saying veterans don't get the care fast enough and adequate enough right now, right? So the solution to that is, let's fire a whole bunch of people who take care of veterans, and that's going to fix the problem. They're not
83
even.
83,000, right?
Yeah, I mean, 10 is too much. Where's this? Where's the fact? Where's, when you're trying to do a root cause analysis, you try to find what the issue is, and then you fix that issue. You don't just do take a sledgehammer to the whole thing and think that's gonna fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, how many veterans need to pass away and for you to feel good about yourself about saving $1?
Let me say this, Ali. I remember I've been with the VA for probably about 15 years this year. So I remember there was a time where before 2014, when our great President Barack Obama actually signed the Choice program, and they actually started Choice in 2014. And that was because of backup wait times. That is because we had veterans unaliving in waiting rooms. Arizona had a case, and that prompted the Choice Act that was revised in 20, I believe, 17, 18, when DTJ or DJT became president, and he signed a bill to revise it to make it be care in the community. I'm just very familiar with those programs because I actually worked in those programs when, in my years of being a VA employee. That was one part I worked in. So we are heading back to some uncomfortable times.
It is, and it affects a lot of people. Now, you know about the suicidal rate for veterans. It was 22. I wonder what it is right now, because if it was 22, would we still need more care and more people to take care of veterans? What it is, um, they act like they care about veterans. It's an act, because if you look at the voting records for Republicans, they don't vote for veteran care. They don't vote for veteran bills. The last one, John Stewart had to bully them and shame them. The PACT Act.
Yeah.
And every time they vote against veterans, and how do veterans vote for people who know that they don't care about them? They talk about veterans like, I mean, imagine if I was a POW and somebody was talking trash about me who never served.
Never served.
Never served. And you are going to tell me you're going to promote that person to be in charge of the military and even over people that may be POWs. But yes, so I'm going to let me bring up Tom. Tom, he is a veteran, and he's got his own story, and every veteran got their story, right? Um, so it's important for us to listen to all types of veterans and all types of stories, because everybody's got a different background. I'm going to let him speak, and I'm going to cap it off with a few clips. But let me welcome Tom. Tom, welcome, brother.
What's going on, fam?
Good morning,
How you
Tom.
doing? How you doing? Welcome.
So I wanted to touch on that 22 a day. It's now 22 an hour.
Say that
You
again.
can't see
It's
my
how many?
yeah.
It went from 22 a day to 22 an hour.
Oh my God.
I looked this up not too long ago, actually. I looked it up like about a week ago. Yeah. Because, veterans are losing they're losing faith in, the government. They're losing faith in their healthcare. They're losing faith in the commander in chief. If they lose faith in everything that makes us what we are, how do you think that mental health, is gonna be, especially marginalized, veterans, transgender veterans, BIPOC veterans that are looking at, hey, well, I'm probably gonna get deported anyway, so might as well just, do the thing, or, me as a person, they don't see me as my, gender or my sexuality, so why am I going to keep, living for something that doesn't live for me?
I can't pass the 22 hours. I'm digesting and trying to.
Yeah, it's real. It's real, man. It's so real, and it's so sad, man. Like, you know, see our brothers and sisters struggle because they look at they're looking at this DEI thing, but they're really looking at veterans that are part of this DEI equation. BIPOC, LGBTQ. Humanity comes first, then your status as a veteran comes second. And that's the problem. They don't see the humanity part. They only see the machine part.
When are they going to hold veterans to the high esteem that they always talk about? Thank you for this. They don't. When are they going to do that? I'm still waiting for that part. When are they going to, take care of veterans how they supposed to be taken care of?
I mean,
I'm still.
it goes all the way back to World War II, World War One. Like, veterans come home from service and they have to get on the back of the bus because of the color of their skin or the way they identify, or if they're a woman. Like, it's been like this for the beginning of this country. We just now, we see it in real time, so now we have to address it. This country has always, they see, you know, they see you first before they see a veteran. So what the white supremacy culture of this country is, the white man serves, his country. But really, we don't start serving our country until we get out of the military, and we serve the people by protecting the rights of, people, by going out and protecting communities from the white supremacist ideology. Then they say we're stolen valor because we're
Right.
actually doing the right thing.
Right. That I never get that part. And those people that say stolen valor usually are not military.
Yeah, I
That is
mean, I've when I had a Black Lives Matter flag in my hand, I was in Class A uniform, just to show how ignorant these people are. I had MAGA coming up to me telling me that I was stolen valor to my face, and I told him where to go. Go talk to the American Legion, and you'll find out that I'm not stolen valor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was,
So before we even go further, let me introduce yourself. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, like when you came
oh,
in
you
the
want the
military.
realest of the real? So in
Friendly, yeah.
2016, I voted for Donald Trump, and I realized that was the biggest mistake of my life. And I didn't realize that I don't present to MAGA as a white presenting person because I have a tint of brown to me because of my Middle Eastern background, which is only about 5 or 6%, but to them it means everything to them. So I've always been against racism and all that good stuff, but like it's the fact that when I went to go see one of my homies out in the woods, just to see one of friends, and I got jumped by MAGA because they said I wasn't welcome, in their vicinity because of the way I looked. And I started to, go towards the punk rock scene where I originally started to grow up in, before I went to the military, because the military indoctrinates you. It makes you think that conservatism, blah 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 blah. It gives you that, it doesn't matter where you come from. The white supremacy ideology, it will, it'll take a hold of you, just like being a police officer. Police officers go through the same type of training and the same type of mentality. So
Right.
we have to, deconstruct ourselves when we, leave the service. But yeah, I found out that the people that I was against was the person that I voted for, and
Right.
it struck me crazy. And then I'm sitting out here, supporting Black Lives Matter in my community, organizing, and I saw MAGA for what it was by them showing me who they were. I didn't even have to be. I didn't even have to go to CNN. I didn't have to go to all these different news outlets. I saw it in real time.
Right.
So that was my experience.
Wow.
So I have a
I mean,
question.
go ahead.
But go ahead and go on mute because I got an echo when you guys are.
Okay. Yeah, good.
My bad.
So no, you're fine, Tom. So I have a question. So you voted for Trump, and a lot of people did. A lot of people voted for Trump, not realizing what people of color understood. So when you decided that you didn't want to stay on that same path, is that why when you started getting the pushback, and is that when you noticed that the person that you voted for and the people that support him are the very people that don't support anyone else, especially people that look like you and me?
Yeah, I mean, I always had the pushback. I just didn't understand what the pushback was. I didn't get it. I didn't get why police pulled me over and automatically, grab their firearms. I didn't understand why I had 5 or 6, police officers behind me when I asked them why they were pulling me over. And I'm like, yo, like, I just have a nice car, and like, I'm in the military. What's the problem? You know what I mean? So like, when I really started getting the pushback is when I started to, like the hard pushback is when I started to say, hey, we're gonna protest in our town. And then like when they figured out that I was military, like they're it made them more aggressive towards me. Like I'm standing outside in front of a Triple K member's house, and they're putting my address on uh this I'm sorry, I'm trying not to curse, on this
Yeah, keep it friendly.
Facebook group messenger thing, like they have their town groups and stuff, and I was live, and they were putting my address. They were saying they were gonna
Yeah.
from a tree,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I have my the mother of my daughter calling me, hey, you gotta stop, you gotta come home, and I'm like, what's going on? I got state troopers surrounding me for one house. I'm one dude.
What
I got
area? What area
Yeah,
do
where
you
do you
live
live?
in?
Little Lake Harbor, New Jersey. Tucker is Little Lake Harbor, Tuckerton, New Jersey area. When I tell you this is backwoods, when I tell you this is like controlled by like white supremacists. So listen, I'm not gonna pretend like I did things the right way. Sometimes I definitely did things that were, because I have, a little bit of privilege, and I do have, that me being as a man, like I thought I was, I could just do whatever I want. But in turn, I was putting my family in danger, and I understand that. So like I had to really like sit down and deconstruct some things in my life, especially my the patriarchy and all that good stuff. So like at one point, I saw a fellow selling Confederate flags at the Trump stand, and I went over there and I did some things. I started taking them down. But the crazy part was, because he saw me as not a white person, and he didn't think I was a veteran. I told him I was a veteran. He automatically got the pass by the police when he assaulted me.
Oh,
I defended myself, and I'm the one who got the charges.
yeah. Yeah.
And they labeled me a Black Lives Matter supporter instead of a disabled combat veteran that got assaulted by a T person. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
learned the hard way, and it was hard, and it took a lot. It took a lot to go through. Seeing how powerful white supremacy is,
So
seeing
this is
how much they have control over the judicial system, and what they will do, how far they will take it. I mean, prosecutors would not let up off my case, even though you could see in the discovery that he said he was going to teach me a lesson, and he's the one who hit me first. They still tried to hold those charges on me.
wow. So what was the end result? Are you still going back and forth to
Oh,
court?
I'm good, but it took over $10,000 and me losing, almost losing my house. If it wasn't for the woman that's in my life right now,
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be.
That's the plan.
That
That's
is the plan.
always been the plan.
It is. Unfortunately, I will say this, and we got to go to commercial. Ali, I think we've got maybe about 3, 4 more minutes. But let
Okay.
me say this. I'm sorry that you went through that. I really am. And just the thought that we are here in 2025 and we're still dealing with the same things that my dad, our parents, my grandparents dealt with. You are, Tom, you are white presenting,
Yeah.
but once people find out where your stance is, then they no longer see you as a white man. They see you as the enemy. It is our job to ensure that we as a people stand strong. White supremacy can no longer live in this country, not while we're living. It's either them or us. And at the end of the day, the best way for us to get through this is to join forces. And I'm not speaking, I don't condone violence. So I would never encourage anyone to go out there and do anything violent. But what I will encourage everyone to do is you hit them where it hurts the worst, in their pockets. In their pockets. That is how you make a true, because we have been conditioned to stand up and fight and fight and fight. It's time to sit down and hold on to your dollars, because that's when they'll understand. That's the only thing they understand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why that's why they took down Black Wall Street, because
Absolutely.
they were so mad that the fact that there was a community of
Productive Black people.
and they didn't want that to be seen.
So our plugs is our technical Black Wall Street. This is what we're doing now. This is how we as a collective, as a people, will join forces, because he has the military behind him. They want us to go out and march. They want us to go out and show up and start, get angry. And that's why the Derek Chauvin, and he wants to pardon him. That's why you're going to try and take down monuments and take away funding. They want Black people to get upset. We are not getting upset. We are holding our dollars. You cannot survive without us. And that's why they're angry. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar. I'm here with Viper Vet and Tom, Veterans Against Trump. I hate saying that name. And we will be right back after this quick commercial. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining. Just 1 second. We'll be right back, folks.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hello, fellow taxpayers. I'm Andre Martinez, and as the founding owner of EA Tax Pros, I can honestly tell you that our clients trust our team of highly skilled and experienced accountants. Why? Because we work with a passion to keep your money in your pockets, and we keep filing taxes simple, regardless of any situation. And let's be honest, taxes are not everyone's favorite. That's why, as a multi-service accounting firm, our professional accountants have a deep understanding in all areas of accounting, and as well as tax planning, preparation, and resolving your tax issues. We lead the way of effectively utilizing the tax regulations and IRS codes to help our clients clearly identify the path of their personal, nonprofit, and business goals. So, if you don't know how to start your business or your nonprofit, we welcome you to the EA Tax Pros team, and you will have access to our enrolled agents who have earned the highest certification of the IRS, as well as CPAs, certified acceptance agents, and QuickBooks certified pro advisors. So give us a call, 713-496-0262, or you can visit us at ea-taxpros.com. So come join the team that taxpayers trust. Also, don't forget to check out ourplugs.com, a community built with culture.
And we are back. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 The Change. So, Vi, we've got about maybe 2-3 minutes left, and then we need to go ahead.
So I got a small clip to kind of tie this in,
Okay.
and then we can roll out before I thank Tom for coming up.
Absolutely.
Just remember this. Just remember this. What General Milley said.
I'm deeply honored to have worn the cloth of this nation for 43 and a half years, and I'm humbled to have served as the 20th Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. But today is not about anyone up here on this stage. It's not about the President, the Secretary of Defense, me, CQ. It's not about us. It's about something much larger than all of us. It's about our democracy. It's about our republic. We are unique among the world's armies. We are unique among the world's militaries. We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect it.
So that should ring loud. If you're a veteran, that should ring loud and true. And with that, I want to thank Tom. I'm gonna have to get you back up here, Tom. I'm gonna have to get you back up here, bro.
Yeah, please
Because
come back.
we're scratching the surface right now. So we appreciate everybody that's here. We appreciate everybody that coming through. Make sure that you check out our plugs, and make sure you check out WKRA, and make sure you check out the beautiful Miss Morningstar and DJ Kitty on TikTok, and also Tom. He's got his thing going on TikTok. He's over there. Trust me. He's doing his work.
Thank you for your
you're in the
service,
Thank you
streets.
so
Tom.
much,
We
Tom. Thank you
appreciate
for
you.
your
Any last
Hey,
words,
no
Tom,
worries.
before
Listen, you know,
we get out of here?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
appreciate
you guys
you
take
both.
it easy.
Thank
Any
you.
last words,
We'll
sir?
have you back. We'll have you back.
All right.
14th, y'all be there.
On you.
DC, let's go.
We'll be here because
All
we're
right.
in Texas. We're not
Okay.
flying that far. You know, planes falling out the
But
sky and
that's
whatnot.
I think the veterans are going to be out there. So
Yeah, so I'm saying, if you're a
Tip my
veteran,
Well,
hat
we
to you.
appreciate you.
get your sorry butt to DC. San
All right.
Antonio looking good.
all
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Thank you.
All right, say
All right. So thank you, Ellie. We appreciate you for sharing time with us. He's an amazing young man, and I'd like to have him back. I really would. So DC, we are going to move on with our regularly scheduled program and bring in our brother DC. We're gonna bring up Reggie, our brothers. Look at Cedric. I haven't met you, Cedric, yet, and Will Jones. Good evening on a panel full of panel full of strong Black men. I love it. I love it.
Ain't nothing better. Ain't
Nothing
nothing
better.
better.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning. Good
morning,
morning.
everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Willie, are you able to join? It looks like he's spinning.
It's spinning, so I don't know if you're having a little connectivity issue. So we'll give him a minute and then see. He
join.
might have to pop out and pop back in.
Yeah. Well, if you can hear us, go ahead and pop out and pop back in. But we're going to go ahead and go on mute. DC.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we're going to jump right into it today. What I like to talk about today is the importance of positive role models and positive imagery for our children. First, I'd like to go to Reggie and get some feedback from Reggie on his perspective of positive imagery for our children.
Absolutely. Just like to say hello and good morning to the listening audience, to WKRA. Thank you, DC, DJ Kitty, and Miss Morningstar. Representation is everything. Very simply put, when you can see it, you can be it. I mean, you have to see it to know that it's possible. And when you see people who look like you, who are doing the types of things that you find attractive and aspire to, then it becomes a reality in your perception. And, perception is stronger than even the truth. So, yeah, we have to have representation to fuel us, to that reality.
Absolutely, and that's a great segue to our two guests that we have on the panel today. First, I'd like to introduce Captain Cedric Davis, who's a captain at a major airline. Not only is he a captain, he's also an instructor. He's also a mentor. He's also on the hiring committee at his major airline. And secondly, I'd like to introduce what I call the black unicorn, Mr. Will. He is verifiably the only black aviator in aerial firefighting. So all of those fires out in Altadena and Oregon and all over the West Coast, Reggie, he was above you, dropping all of that orange fire retardant down to prevent those fires. So I like to get Captain Cedric's his viewpoint on positive imagery and positive role models for our children.
Well, first and foremost, good morning, everyone. This is a pleasure. May I say something first to Daryl? Thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving us this platform. And as you know, I tell you all the time, you're responsible for me in many ways. And Will, I love you. This is the first time in probably 15 years since I seen your face. So I miss you and I love you, my brother. With that being said, representation is everything. Like you said, if we can't see it, we don't know we can do it. And that is the problem with our youth as well as our world that we live in. There's not a lot of positive imagery about us. Therefore, sometimes we want to be others, or we don't feel like we can do certain things. And without that, it becomes a what I would say an uphill battle in the sense that you don't know that you can do it. And
absolutely,
without having someone who has done it, but more importantly, that person bringing someone else along with them, because sometimes we get there and we see them, but they're not willing to talk or they're not willing to mentor. So representation and mentorship goes hand in hand in my book.
Okay, that's awesome. Will, what's your perspective?
I couldn't agree more with what the panel is saying. Information and opportunity are essential. And if they're not aware of the opportunity, they can't take advantage of it. And if they can see someone that looks like them, who have gone through similar struggles, able to get out there and fulfill their dreams, at least get out there and try and show what can be accomplished, I think that is invaluable. It will always be invaluable. And as long as you have programs like this, strong people who want to give back, there's always going to be that opportunity there for the youth to take advantage of that. Hopefully we'll continue to inspire to the best of our abilities.
That's excellent. And Cedric, I know real quick, you guys have some initiatives happening in Mississippi. You have a flight school out here. If you could just tell us something briefly about that.
Yeah, so one of the organizations that I belong to is Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. That's called OBAP. And you can look on our website. It's obap.org, obap.org. And what we do is we mentor kids, what we say from cradle to grave. So from that concept of I want to be, we help them foster that up to getting them their professional jobs, and then still providing mentorship throughout their professional careers. So it's the concept of cradle to grave, but we don't say the grave, but cradle to career. But Yeah, that's one of the organizations. So in Mississippi, there is a flight school that was started by the organization. The organization started in 1976 by 20 Black airline pilots who met in Chicago. At that time, they were very few within the aviation industry. Right now, we have about 150,000 pilots on some type of level of carrying passengers. Of that, less than 3% or 2% are Black. So you're looking at about 5,000 pilots that are Black, and of that about 300 that are Black female. So from 1976 to now, those are our numbers. But in 1976, those 20 individuals started this organization, and what we do is we foster that dream, and we try to promote that dream to underserved communities, mainly the Black communities. And with that, we do have a flight school. It's cheaper. What we did through our donations of organizations and other industry partners, we lowered the cost to people who want to attend and get their pilot's license. Whereas most pilot schools, the average is about $100,000 to get all your licensing, from private pilot up to commercial and instructor. We've dropped that price down to around $70,000 for our people. That way we can make it affordable for everyone.
That's awesome, Cedric. I'll open it up to the panel for any questions. These two guys are both veterans, both dynamic individuals. I've known them both for a very, very long time, and I can only, thank the man above for allowing these two men into my life. Very, very positive brothers.
Sis, you want to go or you want me to go? Okay. So first I want to say thank you, Mr. Cedric Davis and Mr. Will Jones. It is such an honor to be on a panel and you guys come up with our brother DC and share your knowledge and share what you're doing with the community. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to show this episode to my nieces and my nephews, so that they can see, because representation matters, and this is what matters. Seeing strong Black men getting out there and giving back. That is amazing. So thank you both. Number two, what part of Mississippi, because we are actually broadcasting out of Holly Springs, Mississippi. So I know that there are some folks out there that are listening that would want to get their children involved as well. So Cedric, what part of Mississippi?
So the flight school is located in Olive Branch, Mississippi, right outside of Memphis. So it's about 20 minutes. It's about 20 minutes outside of Memphis itself. And it's called Olive Branch, Mississippi. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But with your nephews and nieces and others who are watching, on our website, we have programs throughout the year for those. We have 40 camps starting. We call them academies. They're summer camps, but we call them academies because we give so much. From June to July, and actually August, the beginning of August, we have a week-long summer camp or academy for students who want to find out different avenues of aerospace and aviation. It's a week long. We teach them about weather. We teach them about aerodynamics of flight. We teach them about the different professions, not only with pilots and flight attendants, but you don't probably know that we have doctors and lawyers, and every profession is still involved in aviation. We give them exposure to those careers as well. And it's a week long, and then at the end of the week, they get to go up in a little small airplane and fly around for like 35 minutes to get the touch and feel of it.
Wow. Okay. So if you would send us some information, we definitely want to promote that for your organization. Make sure that you put your organization inside of Our Plugs, because you're connected.
What's the website again? Because he did say the website.
I already wrote it down.
Yes.
You already know.
The website is www.obap, that's OABAP.org, Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. And then we have a sister organization called Sisters of the Sky. And that is where the young ladies are taught about aviation and mentorship through our sisters. And in both of our organizations, we have days set aside, a 1 day affair for nothing but young women being mentored and taught by young women and older women in it. So it's we have those for our people.
So Cedric, where are you? I can't say it fast enough. I already know. I already know, sis. I'm gonna tell. Cedric, we're gonna need to get the sisters on. Okay.
Okay.
Please reach out to your. We need to talk to the sisters too. We
Wow.
need. Come on. It is time for
Well,
us to connect. I absolutely love this, DC. Love it.
Can I just say
Yeah.
something, y'all? Because this
Yes.
is just how I'm feeling. This is why they scared. This is why they scared.
well,
Look
what
at
happened
the
with the
power up here.
uh,
That's all I'm saying.
unfortunately, when those accidents happen, guess what? Guess who he blamed?
Of course.
And guess
Of
who
course.
everyone else blames?
Him.
Yeah.
Because
Us.
well, of course, well, they weren't black pilots. So why are you blaming us?
Well, you know, he don't know what DEIA means, so
Jesus.
we gonna leave that there.
We know. Look,
But we're gonna
this is
keep it
my
positive.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah. We'll
They're
keep
gonna
it
blame us
positive.
anyway. They're gonna blame us anyway. And while they're blaming us, we're gonna keep moving on and bringing up our youth and bringing
Yes.
them
Yes.
along. Y'all
Absolutely.
keep making excuses because that's all you do. Y'all make excuses while we continue to work.
There you
That's
go.
it.
There you go.
Keep making
Yeah.
excuses. We don't care. Go
So
ahead, DC.
switching over to William. One of the things I enjoy about William is William is not only in the life saving uh, regime of aviation, but also in the property saving regime of aviation. And William, can you tell us about the unique nature of aerial firefighting?
Yes, not to be too long-winded. The the particular aircraft that I fly is a DC-10 aircraft, an old, I hate to say it, but an older airplane that was originally meant for cargo and passengers that has been retrofitted with a very unique tank system that drops retardant onto different areas that are designated by what they would call a lead airplane. So if you have a situation where there is a fire traffic area, let's say it's a state park, or it could be in many instances, it could be very high valued areas like cell phone towers or wind farms, any type of energy facility that needed to be protected from a wildfire. Basically, it's a 3-person uh, flight station. We saddle up, we get loaded up with retardant, right around 9,400 gallons of retardant. And then like I said, not to be too long winded, but basically there is a very, very complicated orchestra of things that are happening over the fire traffic area. Safety is paramount. And just like with Cedric and Daryl, all our lives we've been told to stay away from mountains and hills. All I do all day, every day is fly through mountains, not through them, around them, and hopefully never ever coming into contact with them. But basically, the lead plane then designates where the retardant is to be dropped. And just like a bomber, we literally firebomb the area to protect property, people, animals, you named it. It's a wonderful feeling knowing that when we do go out, we're really making a difference to help people. I've had people come right up to me, thanking me for saving their vineyard, their farms, their housing. I mean, I've dropped retardant on literally on neighborhoods just to try and give our ground people, who are the real firefighters, a chance to get in and actually put the fires out. We just slow them down enough for those folks to get in there and do the real work. But that's basically it in a nutshell.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Hand claps, cheers, all of that. That is amazing. I
Thank
I
mean,
you.
wish I had some sound effects.
the
This is
sound.
I tell you,
amazing.
I do have some.
it is definitely a blast to do. I enjoy my job thoroughly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but you definitely can't take your eye off the ball. It is something that is extremely dangerous,
Yeah.
but fun at the same time, if there's such a thing.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you both, and we appreciate you, Mr. Jones. I'm quite sure anytime that there is an emergency, we're all going to be looking towards and appreciating those who put their lives on the line to help. So you said real firefighters. You are one. You are a real firefighter also, because you can't pretend to fly that. You have to actually be real and fly that. So yeah,
Well,
that's
thank you. I
my,
appreciate that. It's an
yeah.
honor to be on the show. First of all, thank you for having me. I
Absolutely.
think this is my first time uh, seeing or understanding that the show even was around. So I am very, very proud of what you guys have here and giving us a chance to talk about different issues. I really love the first segment, the politics that's involved throughout the country, and of course, you even talked a little bit about the veterans, which of course we're all veterans here. We love the fact that you're giving us those shout outs. We really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We thank you guys for your
Thank you.
services. Thank you.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough. You've all lived a life of service. And for that, God bless you. And there's never gonna be enough thanks, but I hope my thanks and my sister's thanks and all those that are in the chat, because if you look at the chat, they're definitely you're getting some great feedback. And I know the folks that are listening out in WKRA 92.7 over in Holly Springs, Mississippi, as well as Memphis, Tennessee, are enjoying this show just as much as we are. I am proud. I'm a proud Black woman to be on the panel with 4 strong Black men. I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't ever want to hear how our brothers aren't where you cannot talk about my brothers. Just like I know they have our back, I will always have their backs, because you live a life of servitude. And for that, I can't thank you enough. Please come back and talk to us. Please tell the sisters of the skies that we would love to have them come and represent themselves as well. Please, we want to continue this conversation. We still got time though. We still got 7 minutes, so we can still talk. We can still talk. So we're not ending. We don't end until we got 7 minutes. So let me. Do you have questions this morning, Star?
I do, but I feel like we need another hour. So I'm gonna just let you guys. I'm enjoying.
Let me ask you guys. So all 3 of you guys are in aviation. Is that where you guys met?
Yes, yeah, we were all in the same military squadron. We've all 3 traveled the world together, raised our kids together. These are my brothers. I love these guys like they're my brothers. I trust them like they're my brothers. I can't say enough about how proud I am of them and their accomplishments, both in their personal lives and in their professional lives. And it's a pleasure for me to introduce them to people like you and Miss Morningstar and Reggie, and shout out to Scott, because Scott's out there right now in the trenches doing real work. So we don't want to forget about our brother Scott. But yeah, these are some dynamic brothers, and yeah, I know some dynamic sisters too, and we'll get them up here.
Absolutely. It's good to see. It's good to witness. Like I said, we started this organization, and you never know where it's gonna go, right, Miss Morningstar? You really don't know.
You don't.
Where it's gonna go. But days like this, and every day we are meeting new people. It makes my heart smile. It makes me feel good to be a Black woman.
I am definitely overflowing over here, like overflowing with pride, and I'm proud. I'm proud of the skin I'm in. I'm proud of
Absolutely.
my people, no matter what the adversities we are going through at this moment. I'm just proud. I'm proud to say that we are such a dynamic group of people. So
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Reggie,
you all.
you're so welcome. Reggie, do you have any questions or you want to chime in?
Yeah, I just had beyond that kind of week of interaction and engagement, is there a support system that the students are, other resources that they get from you guys that they can go back to their, respective areas and continue to build their knowledge and, and hone their skills?
So there's plentiful. I love talking about this. Again, representation matters, and we have recognized that. Um, I think I do. Forgive me. You're located what part of Texas?
I'm actually in California.
Okay.
We're in
And
Houston.
We're in Houston.
Oh, I'm sorry.
so I will be in Houston this weekend. But I asked that question because I thought I heard Houston. One of my friends, he's a dear friend. He works for the same company that I do. We actually have the Independent School District of Houston. We have several programs throughout the district where and it's going for you could go on our website, any educator, any teacher, teacher, administrator, counselor, youth group, or either a church can go on our website. We have a portal where you can request a visitor. You can either have someone visit in person or do via online. And what we do is we try to reach our communities through those vessels by spreading the word. So someone wants us to come out to their school and do a career day, we do that. Or we do it online for the church groups or whomever. We can, if it's in your area, we can get someone there, and you can go online and reach that. Throughout the year, we have this thing called Project Aerospace. Right now, it's going on. It started a couple of weeks, maybe a week ago, but it's a 13-week program where we teach kids from 13 to 18 about drones. Each semester, what we call a semester, 13 weeks, we have something. It's either aerospace or either aviation related. We've had astronauts come on and talk to the youth after returning from their space missions. We have professionals within the industry that come and talk to them about their particular careers, NASA and any and everyone, defense contractors. But we have something going on throughout the year, not just those weeks. And we offer scholarships. We've given out $1 million of scholarships last year for people to start their careers in aviation. Again, we have industry partners that give us or let us have their money to do good with it. And we find ways to help our youth find different ways of scholarships. And it doesn't have to be a pilot. It could be a mechanic. Sadly, I say sadly, but my career began as a mechanic. Daryl Coleman, DC, was one of the first two people I met when I reached Dover Air Force Base in 1989. He was a mechanic. I started out a mechanic. He moved on to different areas. And what I say sadly is we tried to give away a maintenance scholarship to some youth a few years ago, and no one took us up on that. And they were going to pay for their licensing to go to a mechanic school, and then they could get a job at Houston Hobby or Intercontinental or any airport. And that's life changing. And we didn't have anyone to take on those scholarships. So we offer scholarships for different management, pilots, mechanics, all different disciplines.
Well, you have us now. So, let me tell you, I'm taking notes for a reason. When I tell you I'm about to get on the phone and start sending out some emails, because look, this is what it's about. It's about making the connection. We are down to our last few minutes. I didn't even realize it was this late. Oh, like I said, we can talk for hours. Thank you all so much for coming. I cannot wait to actually meet you guys. Thank you again. I will be reaching out to each one of you guys. let me go ahead and lead us out. Stay right there. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in this morning. We will see you back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You have a beautiful day.
Bye, everyone. Have a good day.
Hey, y'all. It's
Bye.
DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.